What we want to do now is we want to introduce some of the Radiant Hope team. This group of women is a dedicated bunch who are giving of their time and other resources in hopes of making a difference in the lives of others. Right now, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to hand over the microphone to them. They're each going to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about what they do for the organization.
First. Hi, I'm Lauren Grace. I have been on the Radiant Hope leadership team for about a year and a half now, and I am in charge of their water bottle initiative. And for those of you who are not familiar with that, our water bottle initiative is basically we look for groups in the community to volunteer to host pack parties. And what happens at a pack party is the attendees of the party will come and bring items such as hand sanitizers, lotions, gum, gift cards, kind of what was being packed over there. And they will bring these items to the party. They pack the water bottles, and then after their water bottles are fully packed, we come and pick them up, and we'll then deliver them to hospitals, infusion centers for oncology patients, in hope that it brings maybe a little bit of light into their life that day. It shows them that, someone cares for them, someone's praying for them, and really, I think, helps get them Radiant Hope involved in their life. Maybe they'll get online, send themselves a package. They will see kind of what services we have to offer. So it's kind of the first footstep in the door. We're really excited right now because we just got our new water bottles. I don't know if you saw our old ones, but we now have new water bottles, and hopefully they're going to be more useful to the patients. With the new water bottles, obviously, there's more costs with that. So we look for donations at the parties to help carry these costs. And also tonight, from all of you, your support, your dollars tonight will directly impact someone tomorrow. I just dropped off a few loads of UPMC yesterday. These bottles will go out in the next few days. So your dollars really matter. They count, and they're making a difference in lives every day. So we thank you. We appreciate you for being here and supporting us. If you are interested in learning more about the water bottles, maybe throwing a water bottle pack party, I have cards over there on the table. Feel free to take one, or I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. And before I hand the mic over, just wanted to share with you a water bottle party we just had a couple days ago. It was the CV boys high school soccer team. So they packed water bottles for us, and one of the boys on the team, his mom, had just recently finished her battle with cancer, and she wrote a poem that he read. So I saw the poem and was so touched by it. It really puts meaning behind what we're doing. So I wanted Lisa to read her poem for us.
I'm Lisa, and I just recently joined the leadership team. I'm Lisa, and I just recently joined the leadership team with Radiant Hope. I'm honored to be a part of this group, and this bottle can comfort a weary soul. This bottle has centered lives out of control. This bottle provides a vessel for thirst. This bottle has seen many people at their worst. This bottle brings hope to the heaviest of hearts, for those in clinics and hospitals when their lives are falling apart. This bottle provides sunshine on days that are gray. This bottle represents the many people who pray. This bottle sees hope when days are bright. This bottle sees hands gripped, ready for the fight. This bottle reminds many of faith's wide scope. This bottle is filled with much radiant hope.
That was beautiful. Thanks, Lisa. Good evening. My name is Meg Bernstein, and I joined the leadership team this past year as the outreach coordinator. My role at Radiant Hope is to organize the pack parties with countless groups and individuals throughout our community. A pack party is a gathering organized by a host who invites their friends or their coworkers or their neighbors or family together to pack boxes of hope for cancer patients and caregivers in our community. At Radiant Hope, we are given names of individuals who would benefit from a box of hope. We do that both anonymously as well as putting your name on the website saying that you'd like to give a box to somebody that you care about. At the pack party, each guest would pack a box of hope, and then those boxes would be prayed over and they go out into our community and throughout the Commonwealth. You can sign up to have a recipient receive a package through our website, or you can find me tonight or any of our team members and we can put one of your loved ones on our list. In order to make these deliveries a reality, we rely on volunteers and sponsors like yourself to purchase individual items inside the box, like Lauren was talking about, the hand sanitizers, the little Kleenex sleeves, the loofah sponges, the water bottles, there's a journal. All of that stuff we rely on people like you here tonight to cover not only the cost of the individual items, but also the cost of shipping. Each box of hope costs about $50, and we send an average about 40 boxes a month. That's a total of around $2,000 a month to pack boxes. And then shipping costs are about $10 a month, which brings our average total to about $400. So in order for us to continue to send these packages of hope, we are asking our volunteers in our community for an average donation of about $2,400 a month. It's been a privilege for me to work alongside all of these human beings in yellow tonight. I've worked and volunteered at other cancer organizations over the years, all of which are rewarding and meaningful. But at Radiant Hope, you see a direct impact with the people around you who live in your own community. You feel deeply for the family and friends, coworkers and teammates, neighbors and strangers that are in your own backyard and in your own organizations, because Radiant Hope is impacting cancer patients and caregivers right here in Pennsylvania. The impact is also felt at the host level. I get to attend some pack parties and see children and adults packing boxes of hope for their friends and complete strangers. And that stewardship and philanthropic experience is life-changing for these individuals who feel like they are making a difference in someone's life through compassion and generosity. We hope to continue to serve our community in many ways that Radiant Hope provides. Specifically for pack parties over the next few years, we would like to increase the number of pack parties and boxes being sent out. This can only happen through individuals like you. If you are interested in learning more about hosting a pack party, please find me tonight, or like Lauren said, I have cards over here with my information, or you can go on our website. Unfortunately, there's still no cure for cancer, so boxes of hope will always be needed. Thank you for coming tonight to support Radiant Hope and learning more about all we do.
Good evening. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jen Metz, and I've been part of the leadership team here at Radiant Hope for 8 years. I spent 6 years walking beside my dad and my mother-in-law through their battles with cancer, and my family and I were able to see really firsthand how acts of hope and kindness really bring hope and even joy to some of the darkest days of cancer. So when Radiant Hope began 8 years ago. I just knew I wanted to be a part, and I came to the very first fundraiser at the park and kind of never left. So I've been here for a while. I knew that I just wanted to be part of bringing this vision of hope to people that needed it the most. So fast forward a few years, and about a year and a half ago, I got a call from my doctor who was calling to diagnose me with thyroid cancer. And 10 days later, I had surgery, and a few months later, I had radiation. And I'm thrilled to tell you that I'm totally cancer-free today, which is, praise God. But after packing hundreds of Radiant Hope packages and praying for cancer patients and for their caregivers, I got to be the recipient of a Radiant Hope box as a cancer patient, and it was quite a gift. I have the privilege of leading the Holiday Hope team, and that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about tonight. So our Holiday Hope program begins in late summer by us reaching out to some of the wonderful social workers that are here tonight, but we reach out to local oncology offices and work with social workers, and they help us identify families who have a family member who is in active treatment and also who has a financial need. Once we identify all these families, I have a great team of volunteers who work together, and we work with these families to come up with wish lists. They come up with very detailed wish lists for their family that include their wishes for Christmas for each individual member and also for any needs that that family may have. After that point, Radiant Hope takes care of the rest. We gather the gifts, we wrap the gifts, and we deliver these Christmas gifts to their families in mid-December. Our hope is that providing these gifts for these family members just relieves a burden for them. They don't have to wrap, they don't have to budget, and they don't have to go Christmas shopping while they're in one of these really dark times in their lives. We really hope that by doing this, we allow them to just enjoy the holiday season with the people that they love the most, and that they can find hope and joy in doing so. This past year, Radiant Hope partnered with 15 local businesses and a few families. Some of these businesses and families sponsored an entire family, some sponsored parts of families, and in doing so, with all of their help, Radiant Hope was able to deliver Christmas gifts to 18 families within the central Pennsylvania area, and one in Kennett Square. So a huge thank you goes out to all of those businesses and families. Many of you guys are sitting here today. We can't thank you enough for that. And to my amazing Holiday Hope volunteer team, you guys truly have been the hands and feet of Jesus to our local cancer community over the holiday season. So once again, I get to lead this team again this year for the Holiday Hope program in 2023. So if any of you here have any interest in learning more about sponsoring a family or joining my team, I would love to speak with you this evening, and my contact information is on our webpage as well. So thank you so much, all of you, for choosing to be here tonight and celebrating with us what God is doing through Radiant Hope.
My name is Alicia Galino, and I've been volunteering with Radiant Hope for 2 years now. I've known Joanna for over 11 years and have witnessed how God's hand is in the foundation of this nonprofit organization. I also was a receiver of a gift box as a caretaker for my daughter, who was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2019. She's also a survivor. She's up there. So this foundation means a lot to me. We were also one of their Holiday Hope families. We spent Christmas in the hospital, and Jen and her team showed up with gifts for my boys especially, who we felt we weren't giving the time they needed. They were showered with gifts. Gabby was showered with gifts. My husband and I were showered with gifts. And it was amazing experience. Currently, I'm working as a volunteer coordinator with the respite opportunities for families that are going through what we've been through. We currently have one cabin in northeastern Pennsylvania that is very graciously donated to us. Every time they rent out their cabin for a weekend, they give us 1 weekend to pick a family who we think needs the time away from the craziness, with family, friends, or just with their spouse. We are looking forward to expanding this program in the near future. So if anyone else has a vacation home that they would be interested in donating, I'm around. You can talk to me. This is an exhausting and chaotic journey for these families, and so this is just one other way that Radiant Hope has decided to help them out.
Good evening, everybody. We're so glad you could be here with us tonight. My name is Megan Baker, and I was brought to the leadership team a little bit over a year ago as the family support person. My role at Radiant Hope makes me lucky enough to work with families that are on a cancer journey. These are families that are at different points of the journey, and I work with local photographers that are really the backbone of the family photography program, which is the first part of our family support umbrella we're starting to develop. The meaning behind this program is very special. When Joanna was first diagnosed, she had a photo session with her family before she began treatment, and she considers this one of the most special treasures and gifts that she was ever given. The photographers I've gotten to work with have all been wonderful and selfless and giving of their time, and I'm so thankful that I've gotten to know some of them that are here this evening. And they're walking into a situation where someone may be really, really sick. We've worked with children, we've worked with people on all different parts of their journey, and they're just amazing. Eric Snyder, Matthew Tennyson, and Megan Swarsick are all here tonight, and I know there's other photographers here. So it's been an honor for me to be able to work with these photographers, and I know there's others here that I'm looking forward to working with in the future. Thank you so much for being here and for your support, and I hope you have a great evening and continue to support Radiant Hope.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. My name is Joanna Denstadt. I'm going to try not to walk around and pace. And I'm the executive director and founder of Radiant Hope. And it's my greatest pleasure to share with you tonight the incredible, obvious, and astonishing ways that we've grown this year. It's my desire for you to leave tonight feeling encouraged, seeing that there's a miracle happening in this place. Lives are changing. Love is being magnified. And God is on the move, providing and bringing hope beyond what we could have ever asked or imagined. First, I want to thank all of you for being here. Some of you tonight are just beginning your journey with us, and we're really excited to have you here. Others of you have helped lay the foundation that got us to where we are tonight. You've stabilized and you've supported us through prayers and financial partnerships, and you've really launched us into this journey that we're on. Thank you to Wiley Dental for being the main event sponsor tonight. And thank you to all of our, I would make you stand up, but you might be embarrassed in that suit. Thank you to all of our business partners and our community partners. Having you partner with us really helps us connect to the community in significant ways. Thank you, Jamie and Keith, for hosting us again at your beautiful location. Thank you to all of our volunteers, some of which you heard from on the video, but you really are the hands and feet that reach out to connect us to the community. Having you on our team means we can touch more lives. So thank you for your investment in Radiant Hope and for the hours that you selfishly give and for your kindness and deep love to those that are walking through cancer. Thank you to my board of directors. As we've evolved and really grown this year, you've really supported me personally and been a steady force behind everything that we've accomplished. Each of you has a unique and special connection to the work that we do and to the community that we serve. And we would not be on this mountaintop looking out tonight if it wasn't for the sacrifice and the stewardship that you guys have given. To my leadership team, and I'm going to read this so that I don't cry. You guys are the hearts behind everything that we do. You have taken us to a new level this year. I never imagined this is where we would be tonight. Truly, we're better together, and I look forward to growing with you guys and working with you as we adventure into this new community space, opening up our arms and our lives to love those who God places in our path. 34 years old, 4 little kids under 7, and an out of nowhere diagnosis of advanced stage 3 metastatic melanoma. A year of weekly treatments at a hospital 2 hours away, surgeries, cancer drugs, and hope. This is my story. It was October of 2014 at the beginning of what would be a long, hard journey, and I wrote in my journal, I've been crying a lot lately. This diagnosis and the fragile reality of my life has devastated and scared me. Everything looks different now. I'm not sure how we will do this. I went and I opened the door, and there it sat, a beautiful box full of yellow, encouraging items, lotion, mints, a scripture encouragement, a notebook, even a necklace. Actually, I brought it with me. It's in a glass case, and I actually saved it, which is crazy because I didn't know this was going to be happening, but I felt like I needed to save it. So it's sitting over there in a glass box, the first package that started this. So if you want to see it, you can go see it. I wanted to know who sent it because I did know the community that was loving and serving my family so well. So I did some investigating. I found a woman in Ohio. I stalked her on good old Facebook, and I asked her about the package, to which she responded, "You weren't supposed to know it was me, but I've been reading your blog and feeling super burdened for your family." So my coworkers and my parents came together. We put this package together. We tracked it, we prayed for it, and we knew the moment that it showed up on your doorstep. And I was floored. A stranger that didn't know me, states away, chose to step into my mess and encourage me. And it caused me to think, why is this not happening for everyone? And that was the day the vision for Radiant Hope began. And I still will, to this day, say Jenny Duncan in Parma, Ohio, really started this whole thing. Because one act of kindness can truly change the world. As I began to recover from surgery and I was visiting the hospital every week, my life was overcome with cancer. The empathy to those suffering tore up my heart. And I remember sitting in a large oncology hospital in a waiting room with everyone there for cancer and almost audibly hearing God say, "Joe, you're not here for you. You're here for me." To bring encouragement and hope into this hard place, to love these people and to pray for them. This was my assignment. This was my place, and these were my people. And so it started, bringing small, encouraging gifts to my appointments and into hospitals, dropping yellow care packages off at doorsteps with some of my friends who we had heard were on a cancer journey too. It was one little note and one little prayer and one little thing, and it grew and it grew and it grew. I learned the importance of community support. I learned the value of treasuring moments with your family and friends. I finally felt the fragility of life and the importance of living each day to its full potential. Everything did look different, but perhaps different in the best of ways. There is always purpose, you guys. Keep going and stay hopeful because you never know. You just never know how the hardest parts of your life, the complete ruins and ashes, may be turned to beauty. The support that surrounded my family that year became the framework for the programs that Radiant Hope would run. I wondered why Community General Hospital that year was doing my Christmas. I didn't need that. I just wanted quality time with my family. That didn't happen for me. I received Christmas that year because Radiant Hope would transform that program and multiply it to impact thousands of lives over the holiday season. And so followed many of the other things that have become the heart of what Radiant Hope does. Family respite weekends, family photography, scholarships for kids, sending our water bottles and gifts into hospitals, and of course, the unique and purposeful yellow packages that show up on doorsteps all over. We do what insurance can't. We stand in that gap and we give support services that are essential. There's so much you need when you hear that word cancer, and Radiant Hope is the place that you can turn to for help and for support. This is the story of Radiant Hope. One act of kindness, purpose from pain, a yes and hope, and this before you tonight was born. Born so that we could multiply the impact for so many with so many cancers, and so that we could love the way we were loved first, comfort others in ways we were comforted, and encourage with allowed us to, because we've created a community to surround you in your most difficult days. The trenches of cancer are deep and long, but you don't have to do this alone. The past 8 years have been difficult, full, and breathtakingly beautiful, because this is what God can do when you remain faithful for the trials and suffering of your life. Have hope, friends. Radiant Hope is changing people's lives. It is, and it started with one. You can't tell me that each and every little thing on the path to obedience of loving people doesn't matter. Everything matters. Loving people is really hard to measure. Supporting families is an endless endeavor. Building community is completely necessary. But this is why we're here, because this work matters. 1 in 2 of us sitting in this room tonight will be personally impacted by cancer. There needs to be unending support. This organization here is essential. With substantial growth for Radiant Hope and for the amount of individuals and families needing support, we added an executive assistant to our team this year, Jen Wagner. This first hiring for Radiant Hope would support all of our leadership team and our programs and support the executive director. But hiring an employee also prompted the board to start having a discussion about having office space, because up until this point, we were all working out of our homes. From the start of Radiant Hope, I would say we've always envisioned having a place for community, hospitality, and a cancer resource center to provide multiple aspects of cancer support. It was a dream, but nothing we imagined would happen so quickly. With the addition of a new board member, Paul Hayes, who's a realtor, a few short months prior, we talked about needing a space at our December 2022 board meeting. That was a Thursday night. Paul said he needed to have a conversation with someone, and it was that Monday morning, sitting in front of this beautiful older woman, who said to me, "I've said no to everyone who's looked at this place since I made it available in April, and I want you to have it." This led to a lease agreement being executed in just a few, 10 days, and by January 1st of 2023, we have a home for hope. This was not in our plan's timing, but clearly in his, so faithfully we move forward. We have a home for hope, a place. This dropped down to us out of nowhere. If we went looking for a place like this, we would have never found it. So, what will this place be? Here's what I do know. I know that when you build a home, you don't start with a picture on a wall. You lay a firm foundation. You get dirty, you dig in, and you build with often a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. God has provided us a firm foundation. We've spent 8 years building. The structure, the finances, the people, the foundation has been laid. And then you start to build the walls. Was I a little more than nervous about taking this leap of faith? Honestly, yes. Could we afford this now? Could we sustain it over time? But every time I question, not only did God provide the place we were looking for when we weren't looking for it, but he also provided every detail along the way seamlessly. For example, Asherman Painting decided to choose Radiant Hope as a community project to come in and paint the entire home for us. And then through a casual conversation about the cost of the flooring that we needed to replace and how it was a little far to reach, 2 local businessmen knocked on the door and dropped off a check and decided that they would split it so that we could catch up a little bit quicker to what God was doing with Radiant Hope. Perfectly executed details along the way, not even looking for this place, literally dropped out of the sky, 100% provided for. None of this is a coincidence. Within these walls, we will have our team offices. We will run our programs, the ones that you heard about tonight. We'll meet with volunteers. We'll store our packages and our water bottles and all of our supplies, and we'll host community packing events. Our mission is not changing. We'll continue to expand our team and to grow our programs. Hospital partnerships will continue to grow. Families facing difficulty will also continue to grow. And individuals hearing the words cancer will also continue to grow. So I can promise you that Radiant Hope will continue to be here doing the same with you in the midst of your impossible and in this hard season, creating ways to alleviate the pain and walk by your side and love you through this. We're not stopping any of that. Within these walls, we will now start to build what we've dreamed we would be, the area's first and only Cancer Resource and Support Center. Imagine with me. Some of you don't have to imagine. You receive a phone call and you hear the words cancer. You walk into a hospital and you leave with a binder of information and a mind overwhelmed. Where do you go next, who, when, and how? And then you think Radiant Hope. Our community center will embrace you and your needs. We'll educate and support, and we will connect. We'll connect you to emotional, spiritual, and physical support. We want this place for you. A place where you feel safe and loved and where you can be seen and known. We have many visions for the new programs and opportunities that will now come into play because we have this place. If Radiant Hope cannot provide you what you need, then we know who does. This will be a regional hub for all of us that are in the cancer support realm trying to come together to help those on their journey. These are the walls that we are building. Today, a home has been built. And this is the beginning, honestly, of a whole new era for Radiant Hope. A home is where your story begins. It's where dreams, hopes, and desires come to life. And it's where you find shelter from the storm. And as surprised as we were by the timing of all of this, honestly, I shouldn't be surprised by anything anymore. Because God's work has been evident since the first day of my cancer diagnosis to the day that Radiant Hope was born, and honestly, every single day since then. And so as we look back at what we've done and where we've been, and now we look forward to where we're going, I can't stand up here tonight and tell you every single thing this organization will do because I don't know the future, but I do trust the one who does. Will this community center explode into a whole new realm of touching lives? Maybe. I hope so. But I do know in my heart it will create a safe, radiant, and welcoming space for each individual that walks in and out of those doors, and that they will feel the radiant hope and love of Jesus. And honestly, when I measure success, that is enough. So we truly treasure the opportunity to radiate hope in this difficult place. We know that hearing the word cancer can be a devastating turn of events for someone's life, but we also know the beautiful story that can be written through that trial. Our lives have crossed yours tonight for a purpose. Where did I go? I lost myself. We consider it a great privilege to be a part of someone's life, no matter how big or how small, how long or how short. I hope that no matter where you enter into tonight, I hope that you feel deeply encouraged. This was never any of our plans to be dedicating our lives to this day in and day out, but we know it's worth it and it all matters. So tonight, we're asking you guys to join us. Will you choose Radiant Hope to support with your time and your talents and your treasure? We want you to be a part of filling this home, filling it with love and filling it with hope. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We could have never imagined that this is where we would be or ever dreamed of it, but welcome home.
Good evening. So, Joanna is a hard act to follow. And now I see, well, let me introduce myself. I'm Paul Hayes. I'm newer on the board, and now I see that this is kind of a hazing event because, the new guy gets to follow Joanna. I'm looking down what I wrote, and she took about 65% of it, so we'll get out of here a little bit earlier. No. So again, my name's Paul Hayes, and I have the true privilege of sitting on this board. but that's a terrible term, sitting on the board, because there is no sitting that goes on around here. As have you seen, there's just so much wonderful, wonderful activity going on to provide hope. So we're all on a cancer journey, right? Some of us have cancer, some of us beat cancer, some of us are friends, family members of cancer patients. Some of us had a glancing blow with cancer, some of us took a direct hit. When I was 15, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. As I reflect on my experience with her battle, her victories, her physical defeat, the word hope was always there. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit this evening. So Webster's Dictionary defines hope as a desire accompanied by an expectation of or belief in fulfillment. So as a teenager, my hope was that my mom would get better. Hope that they would find a cure. Hope that it didn't return. In my early 20s, I hoped that I could face the challenges the way that my mom did. I hoped that I could somehow figure out how to live life without her. Hope that I would make her proud. Hope that I could honor her with the way I move forward. And as I continue to age, my hope is firmly in the Lord. And I'm fully expectant that all things will be made new. In the meantime, though, our job and the reason that we're all here tonight is to help fulfill Joanna and Radiant Hope's mission to provide love, comfort, to listen to instill hope, and to make a positive difference in the lives of people touched with cancer. So let me introduce you to the proprietary system that Radiant Hope has set up for all of us to set up to participate in. Step one, Joanna comes up with a big idea that scares her to death. Step two, she holds it in for too long, stresses about it, prays about it, lets a couple people know about it. Step three, God shows up through us, everybody in this room, and provides the solution to her dream in a much bigger way than she ever could have imagined. Step four is repeat. So you heard a little bit about kind of my coming onto the board and just listening to her dream. I think it was a 3 to 5 year dream of having an office or a space that was safe and peaceful for patients to come into and be rejuvenated and provide services, because she grew this out of her office, otherwise known as a dining room, and a warehouse, otherwise known as a garage. So like all of this has come out of something so small, and it's so awesome. So yeah, day before I had talked to Glenda, I knew what she was trying to accomplish, and then she shares her dream, and in 48 hours, I mean, I knew right away what was going to happen, but within 40 hours, I think, you know, I think you were on vacation as well, going to. But the Cancer Community Center appeared in this organization. So that's just one example of how God is working through all of us to accomplish his goals. So here's the deal. Radiant Hope has momentum. It's undeniable. And his word has gotten out about the good that's being done. More boxes are being requested, more services are being delivered, and more opportunities are being identified. And the bottom line is that more hope is going out to more people. And the only way that this works is for all of us to financially support this mission. So this room, as I look out, is filled with extraordinary people, some of whom have been great supporters for a long time. Some are new to the organization, and we're so thankful that you're here tonight. So I've got 3 simple requests. First, I'd like everybody to participate in a monthly donation. It's something that everybody can do. It doesn't need to be a huge amount, but just something to provide just that stable base of revenue coming in so all of the programming can happen. Second, we are entering Joanna's birthday week. So I didn't know if you know that, but in my family, we celebrate birthday weeks. It's a great thing to do. So in honor of her birthday and a way to celebrate her, I'd like you to consider a larger gift to Joanna, to Radiant Hope, well, to Radiant Hope on behalf of Joanna, and just a way to support the mission that she's laid out before us. And then lastly, in a group of this size, and we've all been in some of these large groups, I know that there's a couple individuals, a couple businesses that are looking for opportunities to give at a higher level, that it might not just be a decision that can be made tonight. And I just want to invite you into those conversations with Joanna, with board members, for looking for some strategic giving opportunities. So I just want to encourage you. You can go online, you can go to the QR codes. Kevin, are we accepting Bitcoin this year? Not next year? Okay, all right. But just so you know, we have a goal of $200,000 tonight. Right now we're at $105,000. So we have a little room to make up. And so I'm just encouraging everybody to give generously. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart as somebody who has gone through cancer as a kid, lost a parent to cancer. I just know that this is important. It's good work that's being done. I just want to encourage all of you just to give generously.